ready, Kat?
Yep. All right, Miss Kathi, so we're at the ER now. Michael here is going to get you unloaded, and I'm going to give a report to your nurse, Jamie, okay?
Hey.
All right, Jamie. So this is Miss Kathi.
What you got, Kat?
She really wanted to know what an ambulance was like today, and it just so happened that she was also experiencing heat exhaustion in the middle of it all.
It's a pretty warm day out.
It is a pretty warm day, and she was out doing yard work, got dizzy. She was super confused for me. We've hooked her up to the monitor. Her vital signs are all really good.
She got an IV.
I got an IV on her. I'm giving her some fluids, and she's feeling way better now, but she wants to come get checked out just to be safe.
Okay, well, we'll make sure that we check her out and we take good care of her in the emergency room.
Hey kids, welcome back to Cross Kids Care. This is part 2 of our 2-part series with Miss Kathi and her pretend heat exhaustion. If you guys got to watch last week, you got to see her take a ride in the ambulance. How was that ride ambulance tonight, Miss Kathi?
You actually drove pretty good.
Well, thank you very much.
It was fun.
So now we are excited to be at Carlinville Area Hospital, and we are here in the emergency room with our nurse, Miss Jamie. Miss Jamie, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Hey, some of you guys might know Miss Jamie from church because that's Cameron's wife. What do you think about that? She works right here at the hospital. As a matter of fact, we're right here in the ER. This is where you would come if you had a medical emergency, and like Miss Kathi had her heat exhaustion. But look, she's already starting to feel better. Her IV's out, but we're gonna go ahead and show you some cool things here in the ER. Miss Jamie's gonna explain a lot of it for us.
So, kids, if you ever come to the ER, we've got several different rooms here that you could go into. This here is called our trauma room.
Wow. Now what's a trauma, Miss Jamie?
So trauma can be lots of different things. Usually it just means that you need more people to help you. So there's lots of room, lots of different tools in this room that we can use.
She came in off the ambulance and we know that she's doing better, but just in case she wasn't, she's sitting on the bed, and what would you kind of do to start assessing her of what's going on?
So as soon as Miss Kathi would get here, we would hook her up to our monitor, kind of similar to what they did in the ambulance, but it does just a little bit more. So you can see all these wires on her. They don't hurt! And there's 5 different patches on her, and that's looking at what her heart is doing. Oh, wow. Similar to what the ambulance was doing. But this also goes to our nurse's station, so we can keep an eye on Miss Kathi even when we're not in the room.
How's my heart?
It looks like your pulse is a little bit low. I mean, she's pretty good compared to...
You're doing great, but we're going to take a blood pressure too, because I know it was high in the ambulance, so we want to recheck your blood pressure.
Okay.
So you got oxygen here then too, just like on the ambulance, Miss Jamie?
Yeah, our little green things over here, we got little green Christmas trees on the end. Here we go.
Ooh, it's squeezing my arm.
You'll see those numbers go up, and that means it's taking her blood pressure. So while it's taking her second set of vitals, like the ambulance, I would assess her. So I need to listen to her heart, I need to listen to her lungs, check her pupils, things like that. Make sure she's doing okay.
Do you need to slap her around a little bit if she's trying to be ornery or something like that? Can we do...
BJ.
Oh, sorry. She's breathing.
And I can hear her heart beating away. Okay, I'm gonna have you sit up a little bit so I can listen to your lungs.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and take a few deep breaths for me.
Are the lungs in the back?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
The reason why we listen to your lungs on your back is because we can hear it much clearer without all the stuff on the front.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Actually,
Go ahead and lay back down.
your blood pressure looks better than what it did in the ambulance.
Well, I don't know. I was nervous.
Hey, Miss Jamie, I gotta know now, is this like a bed that I sleep in at night or my kids sleep in?
Not quite. It's not quite as comfortable.
Okay.
But usually when you're here at the ER, you're not here very long. Miss Kathi didn't have an IV from the ambulance. I would raise her up like this, so that way I don't have to bend all the way over. She can come up to me.
Well, it's kind of like a workbench too, just like we've been seeing at Kibbles and Clips, and we also saw it at Main Street Floors. Everybody that has a job usually has some kind of little workspace to be able to do their job, and we're glad you have that because
I am too.
These guys, what do they do for us, Miss Kathi?
Well, they help take care of us.
They help take care of us.
And this is the fun part, kids.
You didn't even have to pay for that ride.
I know.
So this right here is a mega light.
Wow.
We use that for a lot of different things, but if you ever come in and you need stitches, or the doctor has to look really closely at something that's small, this big light can be moved
Oh, wow.
however we need to.
Jamie, I have an alley right here. Can you look at it
Well,
really
let's pull this light right down like this. We'll take a good look at it.
See, it really is an owie.
Kids, here's our supply cabinet.
Wow.
And that's got pretty much everything I need to work in there. It's got lots of oxygen supplies, some pretty cool Band-Aid supplies. We've got all these drawers. All these drawers have different things in them that we would need in case of an emergency.
Hey, Miss Jamie, Miss Kathi needs to pick her nose.
No, I do not.
Yeah, you do. Look at that. I'll give you some privacy so you can pick your nose, Miss Kathi. I know sometimes, like if you have a really bad nosebleed or a lot of mucus in your nose or something like that.
Or a bean stuck up your nose.
Or a bean? There's
Wow. Do you mean some people have come here with a bean stuck up their nose?
That's true. Can you imagine if you had a bean stuck up your nose and you couldn't get it out?
That would be really bad.
That would be really kind of scary. So the parents will bring them here and we've got all the special tools to get a bean out. This is called suction. Give me that blue, that blue thing right there.
You want me to do it stat, Miss Kathi?
Yes, do it. Stab.
We have special tubes that we hook up to this, and then this tool on the end of it, on the end of our suction, and it's like a vacuum.
I was kind of wanting to know if you had a Diet Coke here.
Well, we do have Diet Coke. We've got a cafeteria, but while you're here, Miss Kathi, usually the patients don't get anything to eat or drink until we can find out what's going on.
Oh, right.
So as soon as the doctor comes in and we can tell you exactly what's going on, then maybe we can get you a snack.
What happens if I'm in the emergency room and I can't and then like sometimes at my house when there's a storm we lose electricity. Do you mean I can't get any help if I'm in the emergency
No,
room?
so say there's a really bad storm and the whole town loses power. We have what's called a generator. If the power goes out the hospital, you'll see the lights flicker for a second and then you'll hear everything whoop, and go back up, which means the generator's kicked on so that we can function totally like normal.
There you go. That's good to know.
Woo-hoo!
When we need help, you guys are always there to be able to care for us.
Here at the hospital, we have lots of plans, lots of actions in place that pretty much if anything serious goes wrong, we're still able to help you.
Just Jamie, can you tell me what this is right here?
Yeah.
There's two of them here.
Yeah, so this is called an IV pump. So in the ambulance, Miss Kathi had an IV with IV fluids going. And in the ambulance, they do a really great job with not a lot of resources. And we're lucky enough to have lots of resources here inside the hospital. So this is an IV pump. There's a little cartridge on the tube that comes out of the fluid that we'll put in this little thing, close it, and it will let me program how fast I want Miss Kathi to have the fluids. And the reason why we have two of them is sometimes when we're in this trauma room and there's a lot going on, you need more than just one bag of fluid, or sometimes you need medicine.
Medicine.
And so we'll need to use both of them at the same time.
I like to watch medical shows on TV, and sometimes they like put something on someone and go boom.
Oh.
Make their heart start beating. What's that?
So we've got all that right here in this trauma room too, because if someone is really, really sick and their heart's not working like it should, or they're not breathing like they should, we help them here. So I'll show you guys over here what we call our crash cart. If that was to happen, we would switch Miss Kathi from the monitor on the wall to this one here. This one's got some special electrical capabilities.
Oh, okay.
And we would put these patches.
So you don't really have the paddles anymore like you got to see on TV.
We don't have the paddles, but if you've ever seen somebody say all clear, that's still really important too. So we would put these patches on Miss Kathi. Put one here and put one here.
There you go, Miss Kathi.
Oh.
And then we'd hook it into our machine here, and we could give her
A little jolt.
a little jolt. We could give her heart some energy that it needed to get pumping on its own again. We keep this all locked up. There's a lot of really important medications in here, and we want to make sure that when we need it, when it's time, that everything that we need is here, and it hasn't been used for some other reason.
If I got hurt at home, someone would come pick me up, like the ambulance. Cat would take all care of me, and then bring me here, and there'd be people like Jamie.
That's right.
And then they could continually take care of
That's
me.
awesome. And speaking of not just Jamie, but if you look over here, you'll notice that we've got a little chart over here, and it says today's date. But Jamie, what's this all about?
So we put these in every single room, and it's just to help our patients know who's going to be helping them that day.
I've noticed at my house, I don't have two different types of trash cans there. Did you notice that that one's a gray and that one's a red one? What do you
Well,
think
that
that's
red
all
one's cute.
What do you think those are for, Miss Kathi?
Well, sometimes red means stop. So I wonder if it's for something that's really important.
These big gray trash cans are just for regular trash. We can throw
regular trash.
our gloves in there, any tissues, anything like that we can throw in here. So these red trash cans are what we call biohazard. Okay, so that's a really big word for anything that comes out of your body.
Oh, that comes like blood and
Pee-pee.
So we want to keep those separate because we don't want anybody else to come in contact.
BJ?
Yes.
Jamie? Emergency rooms kind of scared me before. But I feel so much better now about if I needed some help, about how well they would take care of me here at the emergency room at Carlinville Area Hospital.
Absolutely, and thank you, Miss Jamie, so
You're so
much.
welcome.
We got a little something we want to give to you guys and your staff.
If the kids ever come to the emergency room and they have any questions, they can always ask the doctor or ask one of the nurses what they're doing so that it helps them be less scared. There's a lot going on and you could come to the emergency room for lots of different things. So it's always okay to ask questions.
Well, your tag on the special bag that we have says Cross Kidz Cares because we care about the things in our community. Superheroes and scrubs.
Well, what's scrubs? Some of the kids may not know what scrubs are. What is?
Well, look, I've got kind of different scrubs on today. So here in the emergency room and anywhere you do nursing, it's really important to be comfortable. So I get to basically wear sweatpants to work.
There you
So
go.
these are scrubs.
Scrubs.
Yep.
Neat.
We wear these every day. A lot of days we'll wear Carlinville t-shirts, but they also have special scrub tops.
And this is to share with the people that work in the emergency room. And
All right.
thank you.
I'll make sure all the nurses get something to eat.
Awesome.
Well, good.
Well, from Carlinville Area Hospital, we want to say we hope you guys have enjoyed our emergency room visit because Cross Kidz cares. And now for the Cross Kidz challenge for this week. It's a pretty easy one, but a very important one. Miss Kathi, do you want to tell them what it is?
Oh, I sure do. One of the things you can do at home to stay healthy is to wash your hands. Is that right, Jamie?
That's right, Miss Kathi.
Now, how long do we need to wash our hands for, Miss Jamie?
So you need to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. You need to make sure you scrub them really good, scrub in between your fingers, your fingertips, and your thumbs. And it's really important to wash your hands several times a day. Before you eat, after you go to the bathroom, things like that. It's really important to keep your hands nice and
And
clean.
20 seconds is longer than you think. So you need to time yourself so you know how long 20 seconds
Well,
is.
there you go, kids. There's your challenge. Feel free to shoot a picture or even maybe do a video of you washing your hands and having a great time doing it. Maybe add a little music or song in there.
Yeah!
All right, kids. Hope you had a great time here at Carlinville Area Hospital. We'll see you next week.
Bye!
Hey guys, we're here at the nurses station at Carlinville Area Hospital. We're going to let you guys kind of see some of the nurses that are here. I even think the doctor's on duty right now at the computer over there. We'll just let them say hi and we'll kind of show you what the nurses station looks like a little bit. If you guys kind of come over here. This is where they all sit and this is where the action happens. And it looks like this is where a lot of the decisions and stuff are made at right here too. Is this Doc over here? Hey Doc,
Hi.
how are you? What's your name, buddy?
Motwani.
Dr.
Motwani.
Motwani.
Hi, Miss Emily. How are you doing? And what's your job here right now today? Looks like you're behind the computer. Doing some charting. That is awesome. Thank you very much.
Charting.
We're just showing the Cross Kids because we care about what you guys do for our community. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Lisa.
Lisa, what's your job here?
I'm one of the nurses.
Awesome. So, Miss Lisa, can you tell us some stories about Miss Jamie? Because that's what we really want.
Just kidding.
Awesome. Miss Lisa, thank you so much for serving our community.
Yes.
We're
You
so
are
glad
welcome.
that you're here.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much for all that you
Oh,
do.
you know what I just found?
Oh,
Stickers.
Oh,
Did you
yes.
get stickers?
We give kids stickers. We give kids suckers.
Oh, suckers. Now, you can't just come to the emergency room and get a
Right.
sucker. You got to
No.
have a real situation.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
That was awesome.
And only if you're good.
And only
You gotta be good. You
job.
gotta listen
That's
to
right.
them.
Mr. Adam, come over here and follow me real quick. This is another room, right, Miss Jamie? And this would be maybe not necessarily as much as a triage, but what are you doing here?
Yep, so this is just another patient room.
That's awesome.
And all of our rooms are set up like this.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Everything's there that you need. And what's through those doors?
That's the rest of the hospital.
The rest of the hospital.
Is that where you go to get to the cafeteria and get a Diet Coke?
That's right. In the waiting room.
Ooh, and I hear they cook good food here.
They do.